All right, so Happy New Year. It's 2021. It's crazy, right? I'm excited. So we do this every year. We always do it in January just because it's a really great time to reboot everything, reset everything, right? Refresh all the things, all the re's, right? And then really, it's not a bad idea to do this twice a year. A lot of people end up doing the cleanse at least once a year, sometimes twice, some people even more if you really need it. And so I know a lot of people who have done this with us before will tell you how much better they feel and all the cool things that they notice after. And so that's what I'm really excited to hear from everybody too. So let's get right into it. So obviously we're using our Cleanse and Restore kit from doTERRA. Hopefully everybody had either purchased this kit or has enough of the products that they could just add to it. I know the only thing that we were having some issues with for people who had just had some of this on hand is the DDR Prime soft gels. They are sold out, but we do have the DDR Prime oil that you can buy, and then you can get veggie capsules and you can make your own capsule. Just like the DDR Prime, just put a few drops of the oil in there. That's all it is in the DDR Prime is oil. So that's one thing you can do. If you have any other questions about what you're using in here, what you may need, maybe some people are only doing part of it if they have part of it. I'm going to go over, obviously all of it's really important, but the most important parts of the cleanse, the two things that you don't take all the time possibly is that Zendocrine complex right up here, the orange and white bottle, and then the red and white bottle of the GX Assist. That's the actual cleanse. So you want to make sure you're doing that no matter what. The other stuff can actually all be used every single day, which is really neat and actually really beneficial to use every single day too. So let's talk about why you need a cleanse. Okay, so here's some signs and some causes of Candida. So this cleanse is specifically designed to help with Candida, which is a type of yeast. It's an overgrowth that we get in our gut that really affects a lot of things in our body. So you can see here some of the things that you might be dealing with that are a sign that you could have too much Candida in your body and you definitely need a cleanse. Fatigue, anxiety, depression, PMS, intense PMS, insomnia, allergies, arthritis. So it's inflammation. It's a lot of inflammation with Candida. So anything related to pain and inflammation is also going to be linked to Candida usually. So weakness, nausea, bloating, constipation, brain fog, acne. For me, it was a lot of skin stuff. I started getting really bad like cystic acne, and the cleanse has helped me a lot with that, and specifically like liver cleansing. So if you know which part of this that you have, you can do specific extra things as well, and sometimes just this cleanse is just enough. And maybe it's not even all those, or sugar cravings. That's a huge one. People are just like, man, I just want to feel better, be healthier. Some people just want to lose a little bit of weight. We're going to talk about some extra things you can do for that. Another big one that I know I've helped a lot of people with that is really something I'm passionate about is fertility. So Candida overgrowth and lots of things, inflammation, exposure to chemicals, stress, medications, all of that can be linked to infertility for women too. And also just hormonal issues. So you can see some of this like PMS and, bloating and acne. These are things we hear about with hormone balancing too, even fatigue and anxiety, right? So your hormones play a big part in this. And so doing this cleanse can actually really balance your hormones, can help with fertility, all kinds of things. And then we're going to cover a couple more things to add in if it's fertility for you too. So what causes Candida in your body, right? So high carb diets is really big. They fuel the Candida. Also sugar, right? So obviously sugar is one of those things that just it loves. And that's why we crave sugar when we have a lot of Candida in our body. Excessive alcohol, fermented foods. And, we talk about fermented foods being healthy, but excessive ones. And if you have too much Candida already, it actually just feeds that, right? Because it's yeast. So you want to make sure you clear that out for your body at least once a year. And then you can go back to doing your, kombucha and some fermented foods that are actually good for you. Medications is a big one. Why we're seeing so much more Candida in people right now, because we are just in a culture where we're given antibiotics and medications and things way, way, way too frequently. And that provides a really good environment for the Candida too, is having too much antibiotics, especially, but all kinds of medications. So I know a lot of our fellow oil users, if you're new to oils and doing this with us, they've started using oils to wean themselves off of certain medications, especially like pain meds and preventing the use of antibiotics, and that's huge. So just that alone is going to help you. But the thing about Candida is that if you don't clean it out of your system, it stays. You may not be feeding it and making it worse, but it stays. So you have to actually flush it out and then continue to work on not having as many medications and not having too many carbs and sugar or whatever to prevent an overgrowth again. We personally pretty healthy, and I still do this at least once a year, and I can tell that it helps me a ton, how much I still need it every year because we're just exposed to so many things. So chronic stress is another big one. Obviously, it impairs your immune system and your digestive system, which 80% of your immune system is in your digestive system. So autoimmune diseases is another really big one, obviously, because they're treated with immunosuppressants. This reduces your body's ability to fight things off naturally, like Candida. Okay, so if any of that is you, you're in the right place. And if you have any questions or comments, there is a thing in our group about how to check, like a really quick little spit test to check and see if you have Candida and need it. It's not 100% accurate, obviously, but it's one way to just check and see. But I mostly go with how I'm feeling, how my body is, and what your goal is, right? So if your goal in this cleanse is weight loss or weight management or whatever you want to call it, a really cool thing you can do as well as the cleanse. The cleanse is huge for weight loss and weight management, and getting rid of Candida and inflammation in your body is a great place to start to then support your body to lose weight, right? But you can add in our Slim and Sassy metabolic blend. It comes in an oil or a soft gel. I prefer the soft gel because you can just take a couple a day, at least one a day, and that just helps boost your immune system at the same time. So when you're cleaning out all the Candida, then you're also doing this. A lot of people will notice a little bit of weight loss after the cleanse and Slim and Sassy as well. And then this is something you can continue doing. Slim and Sassy is something you can use every single day. So you can see these awesome oils in it and how good they are to help with boosting your metabolism. So if you don't have this yet, don't worry about it. You can start the cleanse and then you can add this in at any time just to try to do a little bit more on the weight loss side of things too. And then if fertility is something you're interested in, or hormone balancing, any kind of hormone related things, and that's why you're here for the Candida cleanse, then you want to make sure you're using Claricalm. Every woman should be using Claricalm every day anyways. That comes in this little roller like this right here, and you can roll the Claricalm on your lower abdomen. So literally right over where your ovaries, all your important lady hormone areas are, right? I just put it by my toothbrush so I remember, and do it, once or twice a day, morning and night, just one or two swipes right there. And within a month, almost everybody I know who's ever used it will notice some kind of change in how it balances all kinds of symptoms of PMS, even a menopause, even anything, right? It's really, really huge. And that will really help balance your hormones, and so therefore helps with fertility as well. And then the other thing I really recommend is adding in the phytoestrogen supplement. So this puts back healthy, natural, good estrogen into your body, which a lot of things we're exposed to are bad estrogens and can actually cause infertility and can cause all kinds of issues, from thyroid things to you name it, hormone issues that women have, endometriosis. You hear all these things that women have, and a lot of it is just linked to what we're exposed to. So if we can go back to reducing our toxins, that's huge. But you can first start giving your body some good natural estrogen like it would have by taking one of these phytoestrogen capsules a day. I personally have used this twice when trying to get pregnant, doing the cleanse, doing the phytoestrogen, the Claricalm, and have been able to get pregnant within just a couple months since. I have lots and lots of women who have used it for that, to get pregnant, that it's helped, and also lots of women who have used it just to balance hormones that they've noticed a big help too. These other two things that are in the cleanse that we're going to talk about in just a second, the Zendocrine soft gel, which is the oil, and the Zendocrine complex, which is just detoxing, supplement of detoxing things, then those two actually really are huge for balancing hormones too. So if hormones is something else that you deal with, I also want to encourage you to take this Zendocrine soft gel every day as well after this 30 days. Keep doing that because there's grapefruit and some other really good hormone balancing oils in that as well. Okay, so let's get right into what we're going to do for these 30 days. So we go through this whole cleanser restore kit, and we have specific things that we use for 10-day periods throughout our 30 days. So we are on day 1 today. For everybody who has all their stuff, January 1st is when we start, and then we get done, by the end of the month, which works out perfectly. So we start with our lifelong vitality supplements. Hopefully a lot of you have already been taking these every day. If you haven't, these are awesome. You can start out with a half dose, or you can do the full dose. It's good to be using a full dose for most adults every day. Some people find that a half dose is enough for them. So just kind of, you can, with anything, it never hurts to start with less, and then you can always go up, right? And we will talk a little bit more about exactly when to take these and how to take these. Obviously, our Terrazyme, something that I take every day anyways, as well as my lifelong vitality supplements. That is digestive enzymes, so it's going to help break down everything and help everything when you're cleansing, especially. And then lemon oil. Drinking lemon oil is huge every day, all the time. And then, so in the first 10 days, we're going to be doing these 2 Zendocrines. So we're going to go into those. Then in the second 10 days, we stop the soft gels and we go to the GX Assist. Now, this is the big guns one that actually cleanses. So we're preparing ourselves for the cleanse in these first 10 days. So that's when we want to start making some diet changes if we can, and all of this prepares. And then by this 10 days, we for sure want to not be having sugar and white flour and processed foods and stuff that's feeding our candida, alcohol, right, all that, because this is when we're actually going to remove the candida. This part right here, this GX Assist, is actually the one that cleanses it out. So this 10 days is really, really important. And then after that, we're replenishing our gut. So we're adding in a probiotic and our DDR Prime to help our cells and everything like that as well. And then you can see we do all of these the whole time, okay? And then after the 30 days, you can continue on with all except for the GX Assist and the Zendocrine Complex, which is great too, to keep taking all of that. So days 1 through 10. So this is where we are today. So hopefully you guys have already started with kind of having some meal plans prepared or prepping your grocery shopping list. That's all in our Facebook group. If you have questions about that, let us know. We have lots of awesome people in here who do different specific dietary needs, and we have all these different ideas in here. You can look at what works best for you. So hopefully you started prepping with that, and if you haven't, this first 10 days is a good time to get ready in that, because the diet is not as important these 10 days as it is the next 10 days when you're doing the GX Assist, right? So what you want to do is you want to start out your morning with something, a meal, a light meal, however you do your morning. Some people do a protein shake, whatever works for you. I like to have a protein, at least like an egg or a healthy fat, like avocado, toast, something like that every morning. It's really important to make sure you eat while you're taking these. You don't want to just take them on an empty stomach. It can, be uncomfortable to your stomach, but if you eat, then you should be good. So first thing in the morning, you are going to take 1 Zendocrine soft gel, that's the oil, right, with a meal. You are going to take 1 Zendocrine complex, okay, that's this one, and then you're going to take 4 of each, it says, a day with meal. So I like to split these up, and so I take 2 of each of these in the morning as well. You can take all 4. My husband just takes all 4 of each in the morning, but I try to split them up. I think it's better to get some of your vitamins in the morning, some at night, and that's kind of how the rest of these are too. So you can do a second Zendocrine in the evening. You definitely want to do a second of the Zendocrine complex in the evening as well. So if you can, it helps to have the vitamin cases. We have that little checkoff sheet. It's in the announcements. It's at the end of this slideshow too. Screenshot that, print it out to remind yourself what you're supposed to be taking: 1 of every morning, 1 of every evening. Some things it's even recommended you can take with lunch too. Like it says, you can take the Zendocrine up to 3 times a day. And you can also take your Terrazyme, which is your digestive enzyme, one with every meal. And this one is one that I personally really notice a difference with, especially if you are sensitive at all to like dairy or gluten, or if you're eating something processed. If you will take a Terrazyme right before you eat, it's the only one I usually take like right before I eat, or, right with your food is fine too. But it helps if you have it already in there before you eat something that might be hard for you to break down. This really, really helps. And then obviously make sure you're drinking tons of water. Water is so important during this, and adding lemon oil, 1 drop per 4 ounces. I use a big water bottle because it helps me to track how many ounces I'm getting and get half of my body weight in ounces a day. So important to stay hydrated. So important to drink a lot of water through this, so that the water helps flush out all these toxins that we're removing, right? We don't want them to go somewhere else in your body. So make sure you're flushing them out, right? So, and then lemon oil also is going to keep you really regular with everything, flushing out all of our detox ways, right? Cleansing our liver and our kidneys too, which is very, very important to your hormones, to anything skin related. That's a huge thing I can tell. So I do lemon oil. I leave it by my water bottle when I fill it up every day, and I do several drops in there, and helps me drink more water too. So make sure you're doing that. And it's really good too to start with lemon oil. If you're a coffee drinker, some people cut coffee out completely during the cleanse, or do decaf or whatever. You don't have to do that, but it's really important if you can start your morning off with water, lemon oil in your water first before you have coffee, before anything else, because that gets your gut kind of going, and with something really good and cleansing too. And then just make sure you're drinking half your body weight in ounces of water a day. So for me, I'm drinking, anywhere from 60 to 70 ounces a day of water. And like a big jug will help you. If you have like a 40-ounce one, you can just know I need like 2 of these, or 1.5, whatever. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. Any questions about day 1 through 10, since that's where we are right now? If you have them, comment below. I will come back and answer them. I'm going to go on to the next part really quick. So here's the difference. I want to explain this really quick in the Zendocrine Soft Gel and the Zendocrine Complex. The Zendocrine Soft Gel, which is your black bottle, is oils only in a soft gel. So this is all the oils that naturally help your body to rid itself of unwanted substances. So this is a detoxification blend, but it's gentle enough to be used all the time. Some people take 1 a day, always. And like I said, it's also really good for hormones and so much more. This is one that I love to take. So you're going to take 1 soft gel 2 to 3 times a day, only in the first 10 days. So you don't need it the rest of the time. And then after this 30 days, if you're someone who's like, man, that helped my hormones, maybe you come back and you start using 1 of those a day again. Okay, then the Zendocrine Complex, this is really supporting your cleansing and filtering of the liver, kidneys, colon, lungs, and skin. This is a huge, more deep cleanse than just the oils are. So this is one that's only recommended to be used 1 to 2 times a year with our 30-day cleanse. So we don't take this one all the time. Some people that really need, their body needs more support cleansing, will use it like quarterly. That's the most I've heard it being used, like, every few months, right, throughout the year. But you are going to take this for the whole 30 days. This is a really, really important part of this cleanse, okay? So you're going to be taking 2 capsules daily, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening with a meal, right? And you're doing both of those right now in this first 10 days, okay? And then after the 10 days, we're going to stop this one, right? But we keep doing this one, okay? So this one is really, really awesome. You're going to notice a difference pretty quickly. If you're not somebody who's regular or whatever, this isn't like a run to the bathroom all the time cleanse. These 2 anyway, don't do that. Some people experience that in the second 10 days with the GX Assist. I never really have. Maybe 1 or 2 days of stomach discomfort if you really need to cleanse. But these ones shouldn't be too bad for you. You should notice that it's okay to add these in. Just keep drinking plenty of water. Okay, and then obviously we're going to be taking our awesome Lifelong Vitality supplements. These should always be taken anyways. If you're new to them, you're going to love these and how they make you feel as well. And you're going to definitely want to continue these on after the cleanse. So the Alpha CRS is our mental clarity, healthy cellular and immune function one. This is one I can definitely tell gets my brain going, gets me focused, gives me a little bit of energy. So I definitely take 2 of these every morning. You want to take 4 a day as a full dose. And like I said, everyone who's new to this, you may start with a half dose and just do 2 of each in the morning. And then maybe eventually start adding 2 of each of these in the evening as well with your meal, right? This one's super important, especially with diet stuff. If you have a hard time getting all of your good fruits and vegetables and minerals and everything our body needs. This one is huge. It's a whole food multivitamin, so your body recognizes it just like it would broccoli and kale and all the stuff in it, and your body absorbs it correctly. So this one's huge, right? What's in it, right? Obviously, all of our calcium, magnesium, zinc, all the important stuff we need right now to be staying healthy and to support the normal growth, function, and maintenance of our cells. 22 essential vitamins and minerals, really, really important, right? So this one for sure, at least 2 a day. I think 4 a day is really important to be giving yourself the adequate amount of all of these vitamins, antioxidants, minerals, etc. And then this one is one of my favorite ones of this one, because this one is not only a fish oil, or if you choose to use the vegan one, it's your flaxseed and all that, your source of omegas, which is so important for heart health, right? All kinds of things. But also for, it has essential oils in it. So you're also supporting your body with oils that are so good for you at the same time. So this one is really, really important for, your brain, your eyes, your nervous system, and heart health, all kinds of stuff like that. We see a lot of people benefit from this one that have cholesterol and things like that, blood pressure. This is a huge, huge important supplement. If you do struggle with something like that, you want to for sure be taking 4 of these a day. They're just teeny tiny little oil capsules. And you have 8 different essential oils in here too, like frankincense and thyme. And these are ones you guys have been hearing us talk a ton about right now. Frankincense, always so important to take every day. Thyme right now, been proven to kill the COVID. So always a great one to be using. And so this, you're going to notice for sure too, such a benefit taking these every single day. So we do this all 30 days of our cleanse. And like I said, we continue this on. This is something you want to do for yourself every day. These are multivitamins needed by your body daily. Okay, and then these also are ones that we're doing all 30 days of the cleanse, and then also ones that you should be doing every single day. Terrazyme, not as important to take, through up to 3 a day, except for during the cleanse. I only take 1 a day, but when you're cleansing, you do need extra support, getting everything processed and metabolized and out of your body. It's really helpful to take 1 with each meal. But even when you're not doing the cleanse, 1 a day helps. Or like I said, if you know you have sensitivities to dairy or gluten or something, keep these on hand and take 1 if you need it. If you're going to eat something you're sensitive to, it helps so, so much. And then obviously your lemon oil, you should be drinking this every day to give your body healthy, natural, gentle cleansing, supporting your digestive and respiratory function. Huge for that. And it tastes good, right? It's so good for you to drink in your water. So make sure you're drinking your lemon oil all day. All right, so when we get to the second part of this cleanse, we are going to do another video when we get to day 11 and we start, but I just want to go over this really briefly with you guys. Again, we stop the Zendocrine soft gels, that's the black bottle, we keep the Zendocrine complex, and we add in the GX Assist. When you add in the GX Assist, this is the one that actually cleanses, like I said. So this is where this day 11 to 20, it's so key that you try to avoid, white flour and processed foods and sugar, alcohol, all the things that we just talked about that feed your candida, because we are going to be killing it, removing it, right? Flushing it out. So we take 1 per meal up to 3 a day. And I want to say, if you've done this before and you're okay with it, 3 a day is great. If this is your first time ever cleansing, I'm going to suggest that you start with 1 or maybe 2 a day so you don't overdo it, because it is a cleanse. This is the part that, especially in the first couple of days, people will say, oh, it's making my stomach hurt. And I say, don't stop, because that is your body getting rid of that stuff, right? So you want to flush that out. And so the first couple of days, definitely. And then usually people, I don't know anyone that's had it for the whole 10 days where they don't feel good. But a couple of people have told us, first couple of days, they have stomach discomfort when they're really getting all that cleansed out, and then they feel better. So keep doing it. And once you get past that, you could up it to 3 a day and really make sure you get all that candida out, right? But you may start with just 1 a day if this is your first time ever doing it. And if you don't have any discomfort with 1 a day, up it, right? If you do, stick with that until you feel a little better, and then maybe add more. Okay, so the GX Assist, what it is just a combination of our essential oils that are amazing for cleansing and also caprylic acid, right? So this creates a really unfriendly environment for the toxins in your digestive tract. Not just the candida, but all kinds of toxins are going to come out of your body, which is so important. But candida too. When that comes out, that's when we start actually getting to feel better, not crave the sugar, not crave all those other things, and feel better, lose weight. It just is huge, huge, huge to get all that out. You're going to notice some changes for sure in how you feel, how you look, skin stuff for me was big, all kinds of stuff. Okay, and then once we're done with that 10 days, we go into the replenish part where we're going to add in our PB Assist. This is one of our most unique and really cool products, supplement-wise, that doTERRA has, because our probiotic is double encapsulated. So it has a prebiotic that goes into your first part of your stomach, right? And then the probiotic actually absorbs into your small intestine where it absorbs correctly. Instead of some of your probiotic being wasted by stomach acid, it makes it right to where it absorbs. So it absorbs properly, effectively. It's such a high quality probiotic. And this is something that a lot of people take one a day. I take one every day. Probiotics are so good for your gut health, for your immune health, so many things, right? But during the last 10 days of our cleanse, we're going to really replenish because we just flushed everything out. So you're going to take this 3 times a day with your meals, just like you would with your Terrazyme or your Zendocrine, right? So you're going to take it more often. And then you are going to add in the DDR Prime as well. And this one is our cellular complex. So this one is helping your cells to duplicate properly, healthy DNA repair, all kinds of cool stuff happening in this DDR Prime. Also, more time in here. So this is a huge one right now for everybody to be taking time and boosting your immune system, all of that, right? So these 2 are added in the last 10 days. Everything else here still stays for the last 10 days, and you just stop that GX Assist. So when you're replenishing and renewing your cells, these are things you can do every day. Like I said, the probiotic is something that you can do 3 times a day for this last 10 days, and then just continue doing 1 a day because it's so good for your body to have those probiotics, right? And then the DDR Prime is something that you're going to be doing 2 a day for these last 10 days. And then if you choose to, you can continue doing 1 a day of those as well. My husband does the 1 a day all the time. It's really, really good for men, for testosterone and all kinds of stuff too. But even for women, you can see the oils that are in it are amazing to help, have a healthy response to your free radicals, which is keeping you, disease prevention, all kinds of stuff. But also just really knowing that it's supporting your cell reproduction, healthy, good cell reproduction. Frankincense is in here again, so that can even block the bad cell reproduction. So disease prevention is huge here, but also just whatever it is that you were dealing with, wherever you cleansed, going back to your cells is huge, right? So you can continue 1 of these a day after as well. Okay, so the diet. So this is part that really is going to be different for each person, specific on if you want to lose weight. You might be actually, looking at different things and how much you're eating and what you're eating. If you're just trying to kill candida, here's some really simple, things to do is try to avoid processed, prepackaged foods. Try to make your own food from whole ingredients as much as you can. Eat a diet high in raw fruits and veggies and incorporate maybe a natural meal replacement shake. I'm really excited because in just 7 days, on January 7th, we're going to be launching a new protein shake with doTERRA that's going to be higher protein and supposed to be really yummy and really good for you. So if you're someone who has a hard time doing that, you might try our protein shake. We also have Terra greens. That's a good way to just drink some more greens and get yourself some really good greens if you have a hard time doing greens. And then obviously our Lifelong Vitality supplement, the whole food one, the VMZ, is really, really important for that too because it's giving you all that good stuff. And then reduce whites. I think that's the easiest thing you can say. Some people do gluten-free altogether. Some people do sugar-free altogether. And that is actually really not a bad thing to do. But if you can at least reduce the white stuff. So like your refined sugars, your white flour, rice, that kind of stuff. And try to only do whole grain if you are doing gluten, and try some natural sugars. There's a whole bunch of posts in our Facebook group about natural sugars, about things like coconut sugar or even, stevia, different things if you need to have some sugar. But you should notice, one of the things I notice every time I do this cleanse is I'm craving sugar. Then after the 30 days of the cleanse, if I will cut sugar out and do this cleanse, I won't crave it as much anymore, because it's that candida that's making you crave sugar so much. And then drink lots and lots of water, right? 8 to 10 glasses a day if you're doing glasses like me. If you're tracking your ounces, get a big water bottle. Make sure you're using glass or stainless. If you're using your oils in it, you want to be using lemon for sure, but you can use any other citrus oils too to help you drink more water. And just keep that with you and keep reminding yourself. Some people will set an alarm on their phone, like drink more water, so that you're going to cleanse really well that way. So those are the most important tips. Like I said, there's all kinds of different diet things, specific diets for what you're wanting to do in our Facebook group. So if you have questions about that, let me know. I can tag you in those as well. So here's your checklist. This is what you need because you're probably going, what did she just say? All the stuff I'm supposed to take, right? This is the easiest way for you to keep track of it, because it literally shows you can check off what you took all 30 days, these two, all 30 days with these two, right? The first 10 days of this one, second 10 days with this one, last 10 days with these two, and then obviously all 30 days your lemon oil. So this is something you can just check off. Okay, I took one every morning. I took one every evening. I took one Terzyme at noon, right? So do that as you go. And then you'll be able to stay on track. So screenshot this. This is also in the announcements of our Facebook group. Screenshot it on your phone. If you can print it out, if you're like me, that's really an easy way to do it. Put it on your fridge or somewhere you'll see it and remember every morning, every evening. Maybe you take it with you or have it in your phone when you go to work so you can remember. And like I said, these are a lot of bottles to carry around. So it's really helpful too to get like a vitamin organizer and put them in there and be prepared for each week what you're supposed to be taking so that you don't miss anything. It's only 30 days. You can do this, and I promise it is so, so worth it. You're going to feel so much better. So that's what I want to do right now. This post is also in our Facebook group, but I want you to be thinking about, how do you feel? What do you weigh? If you're interested in weight loss, how are you sleeping? How's your skin? How's your digestive issues? How are your hormones? If you want to take measurements or see how your clothes fit, if you're bloated. I know bloating is a big thing people notice after the cleanse, that they're just less bloated. But really, how do you feel? Like, are you tired? Do you have energy? How's your skin? Things like that. There's other things you're going to notice. How are your hormones? You may not notice right away. And then maybe a month after doing the cleanse, I know a lot of people will notice like, wow, I had such an easier, time of the month or whatever. Like, I just have more energy. You're going to notice this. So take note of how you feel right now on average. And then we're going to take note after the 30 days, how you feel, so that we can really compare and you can see what it did for you. All right, so do y'all have any questions for me? I'm going to look on Facebook and see if there's any comments. Thank y'all so much for joining, and I hope this helped you guys to learn a little bit more. And don't forget, we're going to do another live when we start day 11 and go into GX Assist. But check into this group every day for accountability, for more tips, for more everything.